Gold and silver prices are both on the rise. They've been moving up steadily over the past few months, but the question now becomes, can this rally continue? Let's get into it. Thank you so much for watching. I do sincerely appreciate it. Today we're looking at silver price and gold price, which have both been doing well recently. In fact, if we look at the stock market, we can see the Dow Jones is up 13.42% over the past 6 months. The S&P 500 up 18.09% during that same time frame, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq is up 19.23%. Gold, on the other hand, is beating the stock market. It is up 25.42% in the last 6 months, and silver is doing even better than gold. Silver is up 27.14%. So can the rally in gold and silver continue? One of the main drivers for precious metals has been the anticipation of rate cuts. However, the Fed keeps pushing them back further and further. If we look at the probabilities for when the first rate cut will take place, we can see it's likely not going to happen in May. 97.5% chance that rates remain the same. Now in June, they're saying around an 80% chance of rates remaining the same. In July, over a 50% chance of rates remaining the same. And finally, in September, CME Group is predicting rates will start going down. This is definitely bullish for precious metals because when rates start to go down, this will likely weaken the dollar and push precious metals higher. Beyond that, we are still seeing central banks buying up massive amounts of gold, with China leading the pack. And India continues to buy massive amounts of physical silver. Their imports set to rise 66% this year. There are also several wars going on and fears of other wars starting, which is another driver for precious metals. Not to mention, this is an election year. There will be another US president elected in 2024. All of this bullish for precious metals, which is likely why we're seeing them rise right now. The dollar has lost much of its buying power since the creation of the Fed in 1913, and as the years go on, I expect to see the dollar get weaker because of inflation, and precious metals move higher for that same reason. But I want to look at silver in particular. Does silver have anything up its sleeve? Silver is sometimes looked at as an industrial metal because most of the silver that is mined every year goes to industry. One industry in particular is using up lots of silver, and it looks like they're going to be needing much more silver as the years go by. There was a study done in December of 2022 at the University of New South Wales, which talks about how much silver the world could be using for solar panels. Here is the part that I found the most interesting. Maintaining business as usual with the dominance of P-type technology could require over 20% of the current annual silver supply by 2027 and a cumulative 450 to 520 kilotons of silver until 2050. Approximately 85 to 98% of the current global silver reserves. Did you hear that right? Up to 98% of all of the global silver reserves in just 26 years from now from solar panels alone. So does silver have a few aces up its sleeve in the long term? I would say absolutely yes, and I personally am very happy to have a large position in both gold and silver right now. I think the future looks very bright for this year, this decade, and for decades to come. If you're wanting to protect yourself from inflation and you're looking at precious metals, the safest and best way to invest in them is to buy the physical metals themselves. You can literally hold them in your hand. This can be a great way to preserve your wealth no matter what the future holds. Now, I know a lot of you are not wanting to just maintain your wealth, but to grow it as well. So lots of people who are looking at precious metals right now are not only looking at the physical metals, but also at mining stocks. I want to take a few moments to talk about one stock in particular, which I think could be very exciting this year. I've partnered with them to make this video. Their name is Callinex Mines. Callinex is going to be drilling for gold, silver, copper, and zinc this year. And as many of you know, you want to get in with these mining companies before the drilling results are posted. So timing is very good. Not to mention, institutional investors have paid over $3 Canadian per share for this stock, and the current share price is under $1 USD. The team at Callinex includes award-winning Hall of Fame geologists, and the jurisdiction in which they're mining and exploring in is one of the safest and most mining-friendly you can find in Canada and across the world. Callinex is going to raise more funds for drilling this year, and they've had several successful discoveries in the past. As I mentioned before, mining and exploration companies can see an increase in their share price when discoveries are made. If Callinex makes significant discoveries after drilling this year, that could be really exciting for everyone involved. The management owns about 25% of the company, so shares are very tightly held, and they have no debt whatsoever. Here's a quick quote from their CEO, Max Porterfield.
I think as we move forward to 2024, we're going to be the strongest we've ever been from a company perspective. I think the catalysts are in place to really execute and deliver and show that. I think from attractive capital standpoint, we're going to continue to attract the capital necessary from long-term supportive shareholders, just like we've already done in the past, to really continue to grow the company as we move forward in 2024 and beyond.
When we look at the big picture for Callinex Mines, they have the right team, they're in the right area, and the timing is correct as well. All of this on the backdrop of precious metals moving up over recent months. If you want to take a look at Callinex Mines for yourself and see if they're right for you and your portfolio, I will put a link for them down below in the description. When it comes to investing in these mining companies, I want to remind you that they are high risk, high reward, but as we've seen in the past, mining companies can do extremely well when precious metals are on the rise, and they certainly are on the rise right now. I'm curious what all of you think about gold being at an all-time high and silver continuing to move forward right now, beating the stock market over the last 6 months. What do you think about silver and solar panels moving forward? Feel free to put your comments down below in the comment section. I want to say a big thank you to Callinex Mines for partnering with me to help make this video. Again, there's a link for them down below in the description. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Silver Dragons out.